Maynard will start with the ball tonight. Gonna have a travel called on Maynard. It'll be Marlborough ball. Wide for 3 in the corner. Doesn't go. Maynard passes it inside, goes up the layup, gets stuffed by Wadham. She tries to save it though, throws it right to Maynard. Maynard misses the layup. Marlborough's moving in transition now. She leans wide open for 3. She's gonna take it. Doesn't go. Maynard moving the ball around. Throws it into the low post. Goes up with it. Misses it. Deneen tries it on the just pop. It gets tipped by Maynard. Maynard picks it up. Goes up with it. It goes in for 2. Deneen for 3. She can't hit it. Maynard gets the rebound. Maynard drives the lane, throws it inside, stolen by Wadham. Deneen's gonna take the 3. She misses it. Maynard drives the lane, dishes it off for 3. Doesn't go. Marlborough moving the ball around. Throw it inside. Push it back out for 3. She hits it. Kind of a foul call on Johnson. It'll be Maynard ball. Maynard for the long 2. Misses everything to get their own rebound though. Stolen by Low in the face. She passes up to Johnson. Johnson moving it up the court. She slows it down. Passes it out to Keenan. Keenan drives baseline. Passes it off. Go up with it. Can't hit it. Marlborough gets the offensive rebound. Johnson for 3. She cans it. Maynard throws it inside. Goes up with the shot. That's 2. Poked by Maynard. It's going to be Marlborough ball after the foul on Maynard. Keenan for 3. That one's off. Maynard's going to end up with the ball. Gets poked by Keenan, but Maynard manages to keep it in bounds. Timeout called by Maynard. Maynard tries to throw it down low. They're saying it went off the hands of Wyndham, so it'll be Maynard ball. Maynard tries to throw it inside. It gets stolen by Kelly LeConte. Marlborough moving the ball around the arc. CC drives to lane, takes the mid-range jump shot. It's off. It's going to be Maynard ball off of Wyndham. Have an offensive 3-second violation on Maynard, so it'll be Marlborough ball. Throws it down low to Kelly LeConte, back out to Wyman at the top of the key. She takes the three. Doesn't go in. Maynard takes the long two. It's way off. Conte gets the rebound. CC's moving it up in transition. Passes it off to Deneen. She loses her dribble. Stolen by Maynard. Deneen gets it right back though. Marlborough moving the ball around. Going inside of LeConte. To Wyndham in the corner for three. She can't get it to fall. CC gets the rebound though. Kicks it back out to Wyndham. Here's a cross court to Deneen. She takes the three. Can't get it to fall. Maynard gets the rebound. Maynard drives to the lane, picks up her dribble, turns around, takes the jump shot, misses the shot, rebound by Wyndham. Keys it up court to Deneen. She goes up for the easy two. She gets it. We have a foul on Jess Pop. It'll be Maynard ball. Maynard throws it out of bounds. It's poked by Maynard, but CC picks it up. Jess throws it inside of Wyndham. She misses the shot. Maynard passes it off. Throws it down low. We have a foul on Celine. It'll be Maynard ball. Maynard drives the lane, passes it off, goes up with the shot. It falls for 2. While we're moving the ball around, goes out off for Maynard. It's going to be Marlborough ball. Marlborough's got 5 seconds to get a shot off before the quarter ends. Inbound to Wyndham, passes back to Just Pop. Just Pop for 3. Just bounces out. It's going to be 7-6. Marlborough up by 1 at the end of the first. Marlborough ball to start the second. Just passed up to LeConte. She kicks it off to Celine. Celine for 3. Just goes out. Wyndham gets the rebound though. Patched up to Just Pop. She throws it inside LeConte. Back out to Wyndham. CC drives to Celine. Takes the mid-range jump shot. Doesn't get it to bounce in. Maynard throws it inside. A charging foul on Maynard. It'll be Marlborough ball. Marlborough moving the ball around. Goes to Just Pop in the corner. Back to CC. Over to Celine. Poked by Maynard. It's going to stay on this end of the court. Goes inside of the Conti. Back with the Just Pop. Into the corner to Wyndham. She takes the 3. Doesn't fall. Gonna be Marlborough ball. Maynard thought the ball went in the hoop, and it did not, and she got called for a travel. Poked by Maynard. Drives the lane. Goes up with it. Misses the shot. They get their own rebound, though. Put it back up for 2. Celine tries to throw it inside by Celine, but it gets stolen right away by Maynard. Goes up with the shot. 2 more for Maynard. Timeout called by Marlborough. They're down by 3 with 6:22 left to go in the second. Celine for 3 in the corner. Doesn't fall. Jess gets the rebound. Stolen by Maynard. Maynard drives the lane. Have another foul on Celine. Marlborough's going to make a line change. Maynard tries to throw it inside. It gets stolen by Tanera. Feeds across court to Keenan in the corner. She dribbles around the arc with it. She passes it off. Back to Keenan. She drives the lane. Passes out to the top of the key. 3-point shot won't fall. It's going to stay with Marlborough. Out off from Maynard again. Lindsay with the jumper. It won't fall. Maynard passes to the left wing, drives the lane. Passes it back off, takes a mid-range jump shot. It won't go. Maynard ends up with the rebound. Drives the lane. Takes a mid-range jump shot. It won't go. Gonna be Marlborough ball. Deneen dribbling around the arc. Got a reaching foul on Maynard, and it'll be Marlborough ball still. Stolen by Maynard. She loses her dribble, but one of her teammates picks it back up. Maynard moving the ball around, drives the lane, dishes it off. Fighting for it. She goes up with it. It won't go. Maynard gets another offensive rebound, kicks it back out to the corner. And back to the top of the key. Drives the lane. Tries to pass it off, throws it out of bounds. It's going to be Marlborough ball. Deneen passes it off to Cece. She throws it inside of the Conti, back out to Wyndham. Wyndham for 3. Won't go. Maynard drives the lane. Goes up with it. Gets stuffed by Wyndham. Deneen's moving against transition. Marlborough's got a 2-on-1. Passes off to Cece. She fumbles with it. Passes it off to Wyndham for the mid-range jump shot. It won't go. LeConte gets the rebound. She tries to put it up. It won't go. Marlborough's back to moving the ball around. Wyndham drives baseline. Goes up with it. Won't go. Maynard can't hold on to the ball. It's going to be Marlborough ball. Inside of LeConte. She goes up with it. She got fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line for 2. First one goes in and out. She hits the second one though. Both teams make some subs. Keenan posted out of bounds. He's going to stare at Maynard. Foul's going to be on Nolan Lefebvre. Maynard throws it inside, goes up with it, gets fouled on the shot and scores. She can't hit it. Moment throws it inside to Kelly LeConte. Out to Jess Pop at the top for three. She hits it. Maynard throws it inside. Kicks to the corner. Takes the mid-range jump shot. It won't go. Wyndham gets the rebound. Deneen for three in the corner. Won't go. Jess Pop gets the rebound. Kicks it back out to Deneen in the corner. Throws it to Celine at the top of the key. She got out to the lane. She takes the floater. Won't go. LeConte gets the rebound. She goes up for it. She gets fouled on the shot. She misses the first one. Misses the second one as well. Another travel called on Maynard. Marlborough moving the ball around. Wyndham drives the lane. Dishes it up to LeConte. Doesn't connect. Maynard steals it. Maynard drives the lane, passes it off. Poked by Jess. Maynard picks it back up though. Celine steals it. She goes up with it. Won't fall. Jess Pop gets the rebound. She dishes it back out to Deneen for the long two. She drills it. Deneen pokes it. Stays with Maynard. Maynard throws it down low. Dishes it off. Goes up with it. Won't go. We're going to say the ball went out off from Marlborough. It'll be Maynard ball. Maynard drives the lane, goes up with it. It won't roll in. Wyndham gets the rebound. Passes it up to Deneen. She throws a cross court to Celine. She drives the lane. She takes the floater. It'll go in with 1 second left to go in the half. Marlborough's going to be up by 3 now, 15-12 going into the second half. It's going to be Maynard the ball coming out for the second half. Maynard can't hold on to it and goes out of bounds. Just pop for 3. Won't go in. Wadham gets the rebound. Dishes back out to Celine for 3. Oh, nope, she's not going to take it. Deneen drives the lane, kicks to the corner. Wadham for 3. Won't go. Just pop gets the rebound. Back to her in the corner. She takes a 3. Won't go. Wadham goes up with a short layup. Won't fall. Maynard throws it inside. Dishes it back out to the 3. Takes the mid-range jump shot. It won't fall. Pop fouls it up court to Deneen. Sends it cross court to Celine. Dishes it back to Wadham in the corner. Marlborough moving the ball around. Wadham drives baseline, goes up with the reversal. Almost rolls in. Maynard throws it inside. Gets poked by Marlborough. Deneen picks it up. Throws up just pop. She goes up with it. She gets 2. Maynard passes to the corner. Takes the long 2. Won't go. Gonna call it Marlborough ball. Marlborough moving the ball around. He's across court to just pop inside of LeConte. She goes up with it. She's going back to the free throw line again. She hits the first one. Misses the second one. Over the back fell on Wadham. Maynard breaks the full court press. Passes it off, takes a mid-range jump shot. It won't fall. Tenero drives the lane. She goes up for 2. She scores. Maynard can't hold on. It's going to be Marlborough ball. Maynard calls a timeout. Marlborough up 20-12 with 5:18 left to go in the third. Poked by Maynard. Maynard picks it up. Passes it off. Takes the mid-range jump shot. Won't go. They get their offensive rebound. Puts it up for two. We have a foul on Marlborough. It'll be Maynard ball. Maynard passes it off. Goes up for two. Won't score, but gets fouled on the way. She sinks the first one. She goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Panthers moving the ball around. Goes it to Wyndham in the corner. The inside of the Conti, she goes up for two. She scores. Maynard throws it inside. Stolen by the Conti. Passes it up to Celine. She's going to slow it down. CC pass to Just Pop in the corner for three. Won't go. Wyndham gets the rebound. Celine for a deep three. That one's not going to fall either. Marlborough ends up with another offensive rebound. Wyndham for three. Won't go. Maynard finally gets a defensive rebound. Maynard throws it out of bounds. Inside of the Conti. Wyndham in the corner. Drives baseline, takes the mid-range jump shot. Won't go. Out off of Maynard. It's going to stay with Marlborough. Celine throws it inside of the Conti. Back out to CC. To Just Pop in the corner. Then back to CC. They're moving the ball around the arc. Celine goes baseline. Throws it up. Conti gets the ball. She puts it up. It won't go. Stolen by Celine. She got no one to beat. She loses her dribble. Maynard throws it inside. Goes it to the corner. The long two. Won't fall. Marlborough moving the ball around. Tenero drives to the lane, goes up with it. Won't go. Stolen by Harding. Johnson manages keeping him bound. She throws it to Keenan. Keenan for three. Won't go. Maynard drives to the lane, goes up with it. It'll fall for two. Johnson throws it out. Maynard's moving in transition. Goes up with the shot. Go to the free throw line. First one rolls in and out. Second one goes right in. Marlborough moving the ball around the arc. Throws it inside of the Conti. Back to Jess Pop for three. Won't go. Wyden gets the rebound. Passes it back up to Neen, then to Cece in the corner for three. That one's not going to go. LaConda gets the rebound. She puts it back up for two. Maynard drives to lane, goes up with it. It gets blocked by Deneen. They're going to call a foul, though. They're going to call it a jump ball instead of a foul, so it's going to be Marlborough ball. Deneen drives to lane, loses it on the way. LaConte will go back to the line again for two. She hits the first one. Second one rolls in and out. Maynard takes a step in, goes for the mid-range jump shot. It won't go. Jess Pop fires it up to Cece. She fumbles with it. Passes it off to Deneen. She looks for three, passes it off. Deneen drives to the lane, kicks to the corner. Cece drives to the lane, passes it off to Deneen. It gets poked, they're fighting for it. It'll be 25-19, Marlborough up by 6 at the end of the third. Maynard's going to start with ball for the final quarter of play. She passes it off into the low post. She goes up with it. Maynard will go to the line for two. She hits the first one. Misses the second one. Janine tries to pass it off to Jess Pop. It gets stolen by Maynard. She's moving in transition. She goes up with it. It'll roll in and out. Maynard tries to go back up with it. Cece just steals it right out of the air. Janine goes up with it. She won't hit it. Wadham's right there to clean it up for two. Have a travel call on Maynard. Marlborough moving the ball around the arc. Does it inside of the Conti. Back on top for Celine. Celine for three. She's going to stay with Marlborough. Celine for three. It's not going to go in. Maynard's moving in transition. Passes it off. Maynard for three. One's not going to go. Wadham fires it up court to Cece. Celine drives baseline. Passes it off to Cece. Throws it to Wadham in the corner. Wadham from three. She hits it. Cece pokes it out of bounds. Maynard tries to drive to the lane. Cece's right there to stop her. Maynard throws it out of bounds. Marlborough moving the ball around. Celine takes the three. Just can't get it to fall tonight. Maynard passes it off. Maynard moving the ball around. Passes into the corner. Back to the top of the key. Drives to the lane. Stops, pulls up with it. Won't go. They get their own rebound. Puts it back up for two. Celine drives to the lane, kicks to the corner. Wadham goes baseline, takes the mid-range jump shot. It'll fall. Maynard passes to the top of the key. Drives to the lane, takes the mid-range jump shot. It won't fall. CC's got one to beat on the fast break. She goes up with it. It won't go. Maynard passes it up on the fast break, puts it up. That's 2 points right there. Marlborough's trying to move the ball around. He gets poked by Maynard. Throws Throws it inside of the Conti. Back up to Celine. Celine takes a three. She hits it. Maynard passes it off. Drops the lane, goes up with it, blocked by Whiteham. Marlborough moving the ball around the arc, throws it inside of LeConte, back at the CC at the right wing. She takes the three. It's not going to fall. Timeout by Maynard. Marlborough's up by 11 with 2:42 left to play in the final quarter. Gets poked by Jess. Maynard's going to hold on to it. Takes the mid-range jump shot. Won't go. Keeps it cross court to CC in the opposite corner. Back to Jess Pop, inside of the Conti. Back out to Celine. Celine's going to take the three. Just can't get it to roll in. Maynard moving the ball around. Passing to the low post. Goes up with it. Won't fall. Whiteham drives baseline. Goes up with it. It'll roll in. Maynard passes it off. Goes into the corner. Back to the top of the key. Nice defense right there by the Marlborough guards. Stolen by LeConte. Marlborough's taking it nice and slow. With 40 seconds left to play. Up by 13, they're going to win this one. Whiteham pass it to Celine. Celine for three. It's not going to go. CC steals it. She's got no one to beat. She goes up with it. She scores 2. Marlborough's just going to let the time run out. That's going to be the game. Marlborough wins 39-24.